Imagine this, you are in your 20s, you have a good paid job, getting a decent salary, but one day you're just waking up and you're checking your account and you're finding out that you just have 20 pounds and you need to survive for the next 2 weeks. You have all the bills paid, so all what you need to be worried is the food. It sounds stupid, maybe it sounds crazy, maybe a bit hardcore, but I've been there. I've been there at some stage in my 20s, at the very beginning of my 20s, and one day I wake up with 20 pounds on my account in 2 weeks till my next payday. What I was doing, I had a Tesco next to me, and all I was doing, I was going there buying the cheapest toast bread, cheapest strawberry jam, and that's what I was eating for the next 2 weeks. You may say, that's impossible. I will tell you it is, because I went through that. Yes, true. I could ask my parents to borrow me money. I could ask even my sister, but my parents was in different country as I moved out from them, and I went to different country. My sister was there, but I didn't ask, probably because I feel ashamed. Don't know why, but I felt that by having a good job, my financial education was lacking a lot. I think that was the biggest problem. That's why probably I didn't ask. I managed to survive, and I said that I will never ever want to be in that situation again. I see few reasons probably why I went there. One of them is definitely lack of our education system to teach us how really money works. Second thing, lack of knowledge about and lack of having something that I can have a look and see how much I'm earning, how much I'm spending. How many times you end up in the situation maybe the same as me? Imagine that. Again, a story from my life. Few years after, I get even better job, better pay, was all good, everything fine. Yes, I always know that whenever I receive my salary, let's say £1,000, whenever I receive that, I always was doing, my bills are let's say 500, and I need to have that 500 on the account no matter of what. Thanks God, most of them I was usually paying at the very beginning, so didn't need to be much worried about that. But and then I have another 500 to survive till the next payday, basically food, and if I really want to spend for anything extra. The problem was that extra. The biggest issue was that I knew that I have 500 and I was going and buying this, buying that, spending here 10, here 20, here 50, here 100, maybe here another 30, and so on. Of course, I was back in my mind, I was still like calculating, okay, I have 500 on my account, okay, here I spend 50, so it's for 50 should be left, here I spend 20, so it should be another for 30 left, and so on. I was doing that in my mind. The problem was that sometimes when I was checking the account, maybe a week after or 2 weeks after, it's ending up that my calculation wasn't too accurate. And except thinking that I have 300, I was maybe having only 100. Then when I was sitting and checking, it was ending up that my calculation wasn't right. Why? Because I just simply went somewhere, maybe I bought something and I just forgot about that in my head. It just flew away. And that's how I was staying, and ending up that actually I should have 300, I have only 100, and I to suddenly tighten my belt to make sure that I will survive till my next paydays. It was actually carrying on for quite a while. Whenever I want a holiday or something, in the worst case scenario, sometimes I even done a rookie stupid mistake taking a credit card and using my credit card to pay that. The problem was that whenever I use the credit card, one day you need to pay those money back. Paying back is the problem, because if you don't have interest, it's okay, but when the interest comes, if you're paying only a minimum amount, you're ending up paying forever. I was in that situation, but that's a probably story for completely another video. Never ever pay minimum unless you are interest free, and that is not too much, you know that within a month or two you will pay that back. Not to go into that mistake again, the very first thing what I have done was I sat down, I log into my account and I check all my expenses, because some of them they've been stupid. One of the biggest issue was the subscription. The payments which I was going maybe once a month, usually once a month that time, or even sometimes once a year. I see subscription coming for a gym, which one I never use, or some products which one I might sign for a free trial or something, and I just forgot to cancel it. Sometimes you sign up, you give your card, everything, and then say, yeah, I will remember to cancel it, and then you forgetting because the life hits on, the life carry on, and you forgot to cancel it. And then after a few months you checking your account and like, where is that 20, 30, 50 or 100 pounds going? I cancel every single direct debit that I didn't need. It's not that I save suddenly thousands, 10 here, 20 here, 50 here. It suddenly end up that I was staying with extra even 100 if not more pounds in my account. The next thing what I done, you need to start tracking your money. When the salary is coming, we need to put that salary somewhere. We need to track every single expense, because we don't want to end up in the situation like before I done. If you can, I open a second account. Can be in the same bank, like you can do 2 accounts or something, or in different bank. I open in different banks. So in the second account I was treating kind of like a saving account, and then I tried to transfer, let's say, 200 pounds to the other account. I was trying to live for that 300 that is left. Of course the numbers are just for easy explanation, yeah. So you can do to adjust it to your own way and to your own incomes and so on, but you know, I was trying to live with that, let's say, that 300. It doesn't mean that you will manage to always survive. There's a month that you will, but there's a month that may happen that you might need to touch those savings. And it happened to me as well. Sometimes I need to go and I need to either use that card or transfer it from the left. But if I could manage to stay in the limit of 300, let's say, I was doing everything to stay with it. Well, what I realized with me was, if I had 500, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna use 300, not the 200 I'm gonna leave. No, till I seen that I have 500, the 500 need to go. When I seen that I have 200, I was doing everything for that 200 to be enough as well. I don't know, for me that works somehow. Psychologists, I don't know, but that's how it worked for me. That's why I was putting the money on the other account. If you need to touch it, fine, it happened. But still, even if you put just 200 and you just transfer back, let's say 100, you still save 100. There is still a save. You're still making a progress in your saving. I wasn't anymore in the situation that I need to be worried if I will have enough from first to first, if I will have enough, and whenever I need to go for a holiday or something, I didn't need to be really like, do I need to use a credit card again and put myself again in the debts? I start tracking all my income and all my expenses. The good thing is that now we can track that on our phones. So there's no excuse, you don't need to carry a massive spreadsheet. I prefer it on the phone, on the computer, because phone you take every time with you wherever you go. You go for shopping, you go for holiday, you go wherever, you go to a toilet, you take your phone. What I done? I create a spreadsheet, and from that moment I start wherever I'm going. You have the internet, you have the phone. Shopping something, I was after the shopping on my way home, phone, okay, today, don't know, grocery, 50 pounds. And it was automatically deducting me from my money. And let me show you how I was doing it. I will show you 2 ways. If you need something simple, something easy, the second one is a bit more advanced, maybe, and hopefully it will help you so you won't end up in the situation like I've been in my 20s. Let me take you to my PC so you can have a look. Okay, so welcome on my PC, and that is a most basic budget tracker, which one I was using at the very beginning for myself, which one helped me to go out from the debts and everything. As you can see at the very beginning, you can see the main account, because that's the only one I was having at the time, and that's the one I was using. So you can see the total income, total expenses, subscription, and balance. Now we have income, expenses, and subscription. We're just gonna add, let's say, a side hustle, yeah, that's gonna be, let's say, 100, and it's going to my main account. Yeah, so you can see it updated in here straight away. The same is with the expenses. Let's say Tesco, that was another, let's say 50 a shopping, and then it's go to the main account and it's automatically update here. Subscriptions as well. Here I have internet plus TV because that's what I was having. I had home, entertainment, health, hobbies. You can add the categories however you like, wherever you like. Health, okay, gym, yeah. So gym, and gym, the balance, it's going over which account I'm paying for the gym, so it's the main account, and the price, let's say it's, don't know, around 50, and you can see it's automatically add in the subscription. That was how I start everything, how I start tracking my money. But now let me show you, because with time was everything fine, but with time I need a bit more options, a bit more clarity, and so on. So let me show you the template I'm using now. So that's the one I'm using at this moment, the ultimate financial tracker. Basically this one works like this. You have the year on the top, so you can easily add the next year, 26, and so on. Then I add the 3 buttons for convenience, to be more easy, and so on. So you can see the income, expenses, and each of them is divided for today's, this week, this month, and this year. The next one is subscription, and here I divided for 2 because now there is a way that you can pay it monthly, and usually they making it a bit more expensive, and now become something that you can pay it yearly. Then they give you discounts and so on. The next view is monthly view. This one, if you want, you can use it, you don't have to. The next one is the accounts, so you can see that already this view, the monthly view, is extra, and the accounts are extra as well, because as I said, I had 2 accounts. I had one, the main one, where was all my salary coming and so on, and the second one was as a kind of my saving one. So basically you have the accounts, so you can put all your accounts. The next one is the mortgages and the savings, and if you're gonna get this one, you get a free ebook. Why I add this one? Because for example, mortgages and loans, you have maybe a mortgage for a house, maybe for a car, credit card, it's a loan, mortgage, and so on, so it's gonna clearly show you in here. And savings as well, if you want to save for a specific stuff, like I don't know, holiday, new car, new shoes, new book, you know, whatever, you can just add it here. Then you're gonna add the amount, how much you save, how much is missing, the due date, so you know before which date kinda you want to save those money, and it's automatically update here to tell you how many days it's left. So now it's the same with the mortgages or loans and so on. So for example, I have here as an example a car. Let's say the car cost me 10,000. I paid already 8,000. So I have remaining 9,000. So the payment date you're setting up. So for example, to pay that you need to have a specific date. So for example, if now we're gonna add it as well, let's say that my payment day is again 20. I have 17 days left till that payment date. I put a minimum monthly payment, so that's what we should pay as well, yeah, because for example, let's say each month I need to pay for that car 1,000. So here it shows you the day, and here it shows you that the length. That means that 10,000 and you paying every month 8,000, so you need 10 months to pay that car. And here, because we already paid, so here it shows you still how many more months you have. So that will be as well updated. So how that the accounts, the mortgage and saving work is basically, let's say I'm having a new income. So let's say my salary is coming, yeah. So salary was 8,000. Today's date. Account. So now I need to select to which account my salary is coming. So it's coming to my main account. The month is to update on the monthly view in here. So for example, today we have a, let's say a June. Yeah, June. Pick. So you can see it automatically add that 1,000 in here. And now saving I have in here as well, because kind of saving I treat it as well as some sort of income. So for example, I'm not gonna change nothing here, but if now I want to, let's say I put saving, and I let's say put it £200 for saving, it's gonna come from my main account. Saving, it's gonna go for holiday. The financial year, which one is this one here, it's adding automatically each time you're gonna add new expenses and so on. So here it's update automatically. And now we can see that our holidays have automatically £200 extra. So we're missing only 1,150 to our 2,000 overall. Now, for example, a mortgage, so for example this car, work this very similar. Just go to new expenses, let's say car loan, the amount is, let's say I need to be 1,000, yeah, so 1,000, it's gonna go from our main account. And now we have here mortgage, just gonna select car, and we can see that our mortgage from 10,000, the paid one update to 2,000. It's updated that we remain 8,000, and it's still 10 days, but here the remaining time or remaining months we have already 8, before was 9, so it changed from 9 to 8, so we still need to pay 8 times. So if I would put new subscription appear here. Okay, I have gym, so let's say I will put Netflix, and now it's the same. Which account is going from? The amount, so let's say Netflix, I don't know how much it is, let's say it's £20. And as you can see, I put the amount and it automatically show me that my Netflix after 1 year gonna cost me £240. But as well, you can change that if you're gonna drag and drop, or you can just change it here from monthly to yearly. It's gonna show you that if it's yearly, you know, you just pay £1.67 a month for that subscription. But obviously if it's, you know, monthly, it's gonna show you that you pay that £220 every month, and that's gonna be automatically updated in here as well. So basically that balance is, you can have the Notion application on your phone for free. You don't need any special payments, you don't need any special account. You just create a free account, duplicate this template, and you just start using it. And whenever you go for shopping or something, you can do it basically on the go. Of course, if you want as well, okay, not in income, but as well you have option that you can add, you can even upload the image. So for example, I don't know, maybe you want to track your expenses so well that you want to even add a picture of the receipts and so on. You can easily do that in here. You can see, you can just go to upload file and then just take a picture of, or scan it of your receipt and just put it there. I will definitely put the links down in the description for both of them so you can choose. And that was the biggest turn in my life when it's coming to the money.